What's up, Star Crew? It's Super Barbie Star Mom here, and I'm going to do a video today that is an extension on the video that I did last time, which I was talking about gender ideology, this new wave of transgender members of our society that are having certain expectations and demands on the general public. And you know, what's going on with this? What's up with this? Like, it's a thing. It's not just like, it's a freaking thing. It's an ordeal. There's protests about it. There's freaking parades about it. So what I wanted to talk about, I mean, it's going to take me a few videos to get through all the aspects of this that I would like to touch on. Today, I'm particularly moved by a video that I just watched that pretty much lays out everything that I have that is doesn't feel or doesn't seem like it's in support of the transgender community. It explains it. It helped me understand what it is, what my beef is. Like if I'm supportive, why am I not just going with it? Well, this individual on this video that I'm about to show you will explain to you why I'm not all gung-ho about it. Okay? Because it's harming people. It's harmful. Just watch.
When I was convinced I was a woman, I was like remembering how I was a kid waking up dreaming I had a vagina. And now I'm like, I wish I could go back. I made a huge mistake, you know. But I realized I will never be able to get back my penis. And it's very traumatic realization. And it's super sad. I mean, I don't want to like a pity party, but it is sad. Like, I mean, I fucked my life, kind of. I could have been so much more vibrant person and could have accomplished so much more, you know. And I do miss my full sex drive. And I honestly can't even take too much testosterone because it will give me more sexual desires. And I can't really experience all that because it's traumatic. And honestly, moving forward, I don't even know like what hormones I'm going to be on. And I told them that I was not happy with my transition. I was trying to get in touch with one of the therapists who gave me letters, and nobody even gave me his email. So yeah, it's like they really don't care. It's like they don't want to even know. Because why? It's a big industry. All the surgeons.
And it only is a bad look for them to have a patient say, I regret this.
Right, because it doesn't align with the general narrative. Because it will make a lot of people reconsider if that's the right step for them. I wish somebody hugged me a few years back and be like, you know what? You can present feminine. You can wear heels, hair, whatever you want, but the sad reality, we don't have technology to make you an actual woman.
So you wish someone would have stopped you from transitioning?
I wish, and my parents tried to, but they were not in America. But if one of medical professionals said, like, I just feel so angry. I feel like these people didn't have my best interests. They never tackled my childhood traumas. They never dove deeper. They just assumed that was like, they affirmed me, you know, into this, I believe into self-harm.
That's what's so dangerous, right? Is that we have these affirming therapists and doctors now who have every incentive in the world to say, yes, you are trans. This is the issue you're struggling with, rather than try to see if there's another cause. And a lot of times there is another cause. In your case, there were more causes that weren't looked at.
But I think people need to go back to a science lab and figure out and have better stricter definition of what true trans is. This is the only medical situation where you get to choose your own treatment plan. Like, what the hell? You get to choose, like, do you just want to be on hormones?
That's such a great point.
Or do you want to take it further with bottom surgery? It's like,
That's
they should
such a
be,
great
maybe
point.
they should study and be like, okay, in these people, bottom surgery didn't work, or maybe bottom surgery doesn't work. Maybe socially presenting helps a lot of people. Honestly, I enjoy presenting feminine. Like, it doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. Like,
so someone should have explained to you that it's okay for you to do that without getting anything irreversible done to you.
Right, or even changing my paperwork. I feel like a lot of it was escaping male violence, because I was always in a effed up way. I felt like I had the surgery. Psychologically, I knew I was never going to be accepted by other men as a man. And maybe it was my way to gain acceptance looking like a woman, you know? And it's like, it's almost like I had the surgery to cater towards patriarchy, but they also like didn't even give me good results, so I can't cater towards them. Like, it's like, really, people? And all the men that worked on me are just straight men as far as I know. And it's like, really, people, you couldn't even give me, that's another thing. Like, they literally, after multiple surgeries, they couldn't even give me a few inches that stay open. Not even 3 inches. Like, I'm literally have 1 inch depths right now. And it's like, really, people? Honestly, this transition, like, I lost so many family members, you know, like I haven't seen my grandma in years, and they loved me no matter what I was, you know, in their own way. My grandma always loved me, but I can't show myself to her because she always wanted me to have children. I mean, she will have a heart attack if she sees me, so she may pass away and I will never see her. But now the family that was here, that was supportive of me, that live in America, the family that lives in America, now the transition is pulling me further away from them because first of all, they're confused. Third of all, like, I feel a little angry. I just feel like they affirmed my delusions. And honestly, I feel a little angry towards them. I know it's not their fault. Like, I own the fact that I signed on a dotted line, but I was just a traumatized kid. Like, my sister, she grew up with me. She knew the conditions we grew up in. She knew that, like, I was traumatized. But again, she was like, she's even younger than me. There's no way she could have known. But they kind of, like, didn't protect me from myself.
Yeah, you. So
honestly, this is even more isolating. So, I mean, I was convinced that I was just a trans woman with complications. But now that I realize I'm not a woman, I was always just a man who got suckered into this. Like, there is certain detransitioners that are going and trying to testify. Like, there's the trans man, Abel Garcia. He's flying to Florida, like, to speak on the behalf of the trans man to show that the surgeries are not safe. But, like, it's being done at state levels one by one, and we may lose entire generation of kids and youths that don't need any of these surgeries. We're just making these greedy surgeons rich. After being through systems, the surgeons don't care about us. They really don't. For them, we're just a meal ticket. That's the reality. And honestly, I'm just speaking out because I will never be able probably to get any kind of functional genitals, whether it's a tunnel or any further revisions. Probably going to actually give me a colostomy bag. Maybe I won't be able to pee. Who knows? I'm scared at this point. So that's my reality. And sometimes I wake up, I feel like it's a nightmare that I'm going to wake up from, that it's some kind of bad acid trip. And it's not. It's my reality, you know?
So I don't even know where to start. Like, first of all, just thank you for just being so open, because this is genuinely, I think, one of the most powerful videos I will have ever created. And just you being so vulnerable and honest, like, I truly thank you. What do you think could have been done differently for you? Like, specifically, like, what are the things that doctors need to start doing that they're not doing, or switch up?
Do more research, first of all, like actual science, not people like online taking surveys. Like, study the transitioners, like, I don't know, do Excel spreadsheet, interview happy transitioners such as yourself and Buck Angel. I think one thing that will pop first, I feel like the bottom surgery is a big one. Yeah. I feel like that could make or break a happy transition and have not happy. Hormones definitely need to be studied, like in male-bodied, female-bodied, you know, cross-sex hormones. Like, better research needs to be done. I feel like more people should come forward and be honest about the results, because a lot of people are playing it up. Like, stop pretending. Sometimes a bitter truth is better than a sweet lie. As I said, I wish somebody just hugged me and said, like, you're not a woman. Like, you're never gonna be one, no matter what you do. And I mean, that would have maybe broke me at the time. And some people told me, you know, I did talk to one tranny chaser at the time, and he was like, my wife had the surgery and now she's post up with regrets, don't do it. Or, you know, it's like, they were telling me the truth, you know, and it's like, I wasn't willing to hear it because I was so brainwashed. I was literally convinced, like, I was an actual woman.
What do you want your story? What's the ripple effect you're hoping from telling your story for kids and people in general? What effect is speaking out? What do you want it to have?
Original blueprint is important. It's not worth losing, at least from male side, it's not worth losing your male sex drive, your energy, over to just have a couple of inches on your hips or have maybe bigger breast tissue. I want to say men and women come in different shapes and sizes. I want to say future run feminine men are not brutalized by patriarchy or just everyone. I don't know why tomboys are considered cute often, but like, you know, the femboys or whatever the soft boys, whatever is the correct term is without offending anyone. It's like, I don't know why we're like the bottom of the barrel, and that sucks. And I don't feel like the future generation needs to become woman just to feel accepted and feeling on demand. You know, it's like trans became this hot label. You know, it's like being trans is hot. Like people will cast you in the movies, and you know. But again, I feel like we really have a problem, and it's going to be a huge medical disaster. This is like a sexual lobotomy. This is like lobotomies of 21st century, and like you guys heard it here. So,
my God, that's so true. And just the fact that like people like you didn't exist a few years ago. Like there was not this wave of detransitioners, and now it's starting. And I feel like it's a train that is just going and going. And until people acknowledge that it's happening, it's just going to keep getting worse. So.
Yeah, honestly, this needs to stop till more research is done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Okay, so you know what gets me about that video the most? I'm going to try to say this without crying. When she says she wishes someone would have hugged her. Or him. And told him that he's never going to be a girl. He's not a girl. He's never going to be a girl. It's not going to happen. But instead, they just affirmed him, and they let him choose his freaking medical prognosis and what the treatment should be, and they just went with it because they wanted his money. And then they didn't give a fuck about him after all was said and done, and he's not okay. He's not okay, turns out. But nobody cares. They got their money, so they don't care. And that's my problem, is these people that claim that they are in support, that they are there to support the trans community, that they, you know, they're all loving and accepting and blah, 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 blah. No, they just want your money. Because you know what? If they really cared about an individual, then they would tell the individual what I would like to say to all of you trans people out there, and that is that you're perfect. You're perfect. Exactly the way you are. You are perfect. You don't need to have bottom surgery. You don't need to have your breast cut off. You don't need to present as someone else. You know, you can be a he, him, and wear fucking high heels if you want to. You can do that. It's okay. They don't like it, fuck them. You know? You can be a woman and have the full apparatus of a woman, including boobs, and be masculine. You can be a woman that is a masculine woman, that you're into, you embody the, you know, masculine energy. We all have feminine and masculine energy. That's what the world is made up of. And, you know, some people have more feminine energy than others, and vice versa. But your genitalia and the energy that you lean into more, to me like saying this is more supportive of the trans community than what y'all say. Because y'all say, oh, let us be who we are, you know, you should accept us, we accept ourselves, like we want to be who we're, you know, we love ourselves, blah, 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 by being trans. No, you don't. You don't love yourself. If you're trying to be something that you're not, you don't love yourself. That's not accepting yourself. That's not expecting everyone else to accept you. That's expecting us to accept you what you're not, and you not accepting yourself for what you are. So that's not self-love. There's a whole nother facet on this that I want to touch on that has to do with the patriarchy and how this ideology and this new, like, woke revolution or whatever is serving the patriarchy. And that is that you don't see trans men going around trying to impose themselves into men's bathrooms or men's locker rooms, or trying to bully their way into the men's sports divisions or the men's boxing rings, or you don't see them demanding that they be considered a man, like a full 100% man, and you don't see them making videos about how they're a better man than a man. There are videos out there of transgender women, like, saying that they're better women than women. There's one where she said, she's talking about, a vagina. And she's saying, would you rather have that free bag that comes with your Walmart purchases, or would you rather have your designer bag? Talking about a vagina. Like, I would rather have the bougie, like, designer bag than the free one that comes with your Walmart groceries. That's what women's vaginas are equated to. So that's very offensive to me, and that's a problem for me. And it's a problem for me when we've got men going into women's boxing rings and saying, oh, they're a woman now because they claim to be a woman, and they're going into women's boxing and beating the shit out of women. And we cheer for them. Oh, they're a champion now because they went into a woman's boxing. There's a video of a trans woman that's on a volleyball team, and she spikes the ball and knocks the fuck out of another girl, like hits her in the face, breaks her face bones, and knocks her out because she hits her in the face with the ball so hard. The Leah Thomas story. Look it up. Male swimmer, decides he's a female, transitions, goes over into the women's team, and gets in there and kills all the women that were had been fighting, been working hard because they were projected to have won these races, and go in there and kill them, smoke them out of the water. And they're saying oh, men don't have an unfair advantage over women. Bullshit! Come on now. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, I am fully empowered as a woman. I am 100% think that I stand in my power as a woman. And I can tell you straight up and tell you in my power that men are stronger than me. When I need some help with something being lifted or whatever, I call on my boyfriend. I get, men are stronger. So what? It doesn't mean you're less of a human being or you're less valuable just because men are physically stronger. That's just a fact. They're physically stronger in general. I'm not saying every single man is stronger than every single woman. There's going to be certain women that are stronger than certain men. Whatever. In general, men are stronger than women. In general, women are more flexible than men. In general, women are more empathic than men. Women are more sensitive than men. Women have more emotional intelligence than men. Men can mask their emotions better. There's pluses and minuses to all of it. And we balance each other out, and that's the beauty of it. So, with that balancing act happening in society, it can happen within one person too. And you can be a man and wear high heels and wear red lipstick and have nails and the whole nine. You can do that. You don't have to have a Barbie pouch. Because then if you change your mind on down the road and you still have your penis. You didn't ruin it. You didn't cut it off and fucking mutilate your body. So I think that's all. I mean, aside from, women being in a place where we're finally, I believe that we finally achieved equality. Women, we fought for this for years and centuries. We have finally achieved equality. I can do anything as a woman that I want to do. I can achieve anything I want to do. Be it a man thing, whatever, I can do it. I don't feel like anything's holding me back from doing anything that I want to do. And now that we've achieved that equality, we've got men coming into our spaces and demanding that we call them women, and that now we're cis women. We have a new name. They're women. They're actually women. We're cis women. And demanding that we let them in our personal private spaces, like our bathrooms and our locker rooms, and that we demanding that we let them be on women's teams, and that we are transphobic bigots if we are opposed to that and think that that's not fair. That we are allowing them to encroach themselves on our turf and say that they're better women than women. We have a man that won Woman of the Year. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's not okay. Like, here we are, we're furthering the patriarchy, and then people want to talk about misogyny and like, masculine, what do they call it? Masculine toxicity. This is perfect prime example. A man opening a door for a woman is not masculine toxicity. To me, that's a gentleman. What's masculine toxicity is a man coming into a woman's space and demanding that she call him what he wants to be called, and allowing him to be a better version of her, and telling her she needs to sit down and shut up about it and not complain. That's what do they call it? Yeah. Masculine toxicity. That's what that is. So tell me how you think about this. Leave some comments. Share this video. If you are a trans person, I love you. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I don't want you to self-harm. That's another thing, is that they've actually brainwashed trans youth into thinking, or into believing, that if someone misgenders them, or if someone doesn't fully support them having a sex change, that person is transphobic, that wants them to kill themselves. No. So that these kids get depressed and they get all upset if someone is not in support of them, not knowing, like, they got the wrong idea. I mean, think about this. Like, Jordan Peterson is somebody that I follow, and I happen to like him. Okay. I think he's an intelligent man. He can be a little much, but for the most part, I agree with what he says. And he is a psychiatrist. Like, he's a professor of psychology. And he says that by affirmative care is actually supporting a delusion. And it's not in the best interest of the trans person to affirm their delusion. Just like you would not affirm an anorexic. If an anorexic, who has the delusion that she's fat, if she came into your office, or she came into wherever, and she said, I'm fat, and you said, you're right, you're fat, would that be the healthy thing to do for her? So I need, if you are a trans person, to hear me when I tell you, when people don't go along with what the narrative says that we have to do in order to be supportive of you, it's not exactly what you think. You have been brainwashed into believing that means that we don't love you and that we want bad things to happen to you. And no, maybe we actually care more about you than the people who are just co-sign on your bullshit, basically. It's not always bullshit. I mean, look at Blair White. If you don't know who that is, she was the one that hosted the show that you just watched. She's transgender. She is a transgender. She has a penis. She totally 100% presents as a woman. And she says this too, which I freaking love. She says, if you're being misgendered, honey, then it's because you're not pulling it off. That's spot on to me. If you are walking around with a full beard and you're wanting to be a she, her, you're not pulling it off. Like, you're a man. We can see you're a man. If you're really like a Blair White and you're full on like transgender that's pulling it off, we're not going to misgender you, because you're going to be presenting at, you're going to be convincing your surrounding, the people that are around you, that you are the gender that you present as. And they're not going to misgender you, because they're going to view you as a she. The they, them, faith, fem, whatever. That's just people being bossy. Okay, that's all I got for today. I guess I did already say it. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All that. And I'll talk to you later. Love you, bye.